Welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the program factorial of a given number. So we all know what is a factorial. Factorial means if I take a number 3, the factorial of that number is 3 into 2 into 1, 6. If I take 4, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That means we decrement one value and up to 1 we have to multiply that value. So this is the factorial program. For this, Python having a very simple code, and also we use you all know the traditional code what we are learned in C programming language. Let us see the program. I'm taking num, that means which is a variable for what we are going to find the factorial. Num int of input of enter a number. Enter a number. So no need of semicolon. I'm taking one more variable, fact equals to 1. And now I have two variables, num and fact. Num contains empty and fact contains 1. So if you give some input, that input is stored on num only. Okay. So to find a factorial for a numbers, we have three different situations. For num, we have three different situations, which is less than 0, equals to 0 and greater than 0. Less than 0, there is no factorial for that number. If it is equals to 0, factorial is 1. If it is greater than 0, then only you have a factorial. So your program should perform these three situations, then only it's going to be a good program. See the situations. If I'm writing the condition, these three conditions by using if statement. If num is less than 0, if num is less than 0, let us observe the syntax. If after that condition and indentation mark. So print negative number. So there is no factorial for the negative numbers. And if num equals to 0, I'm going to give a print statement, factorial of 0 is 1. Factorial of 0 is 1. I'm check the condition. If less than 0, there is no factorial. That means for negative numbers, there is no factorial. If it is equals to 0, so factorial is 1. And next we are writing the condition here, greater than 0, what happened? Finally, else statement I am writing. In else statement, you have to write for I in range of 1 comma num plus 1. Why num plus 1? Let us see. So we all know about the for loop. If for loop range is 1, 2, 3, it reiterates up to 2 only. If the range is 4, it reiterates up to 3. That means we have to that means based on the number of iterations going to be depend. So that's why I am writing num plus 1. Means if I want 3, you have to write 4 here. If I want 4, you need 5 here. That's why num plus 1. Num plus 1. So here, let's just see the situation. I'm using fact here. I'm taking fact here. Fact equals to fact into I. Fact equals to fact into I. Let us see how it's going to be performed. Now I'm taking num equals to 3. Num equals to 3. What happened? If it is 3, num equals 3, 3 plus 1 which is equals to 4 here. For the first iteration, what is I? I is 1. For the first iteration, I is 1. So, and fact is 1. 1 into 1, which is nothing but 1 here. This 1 is stored again in fact. Okay. Then after, this going to be incremented to 2. This iteration incremented to 2. That means I is, fact is 1 into I is 2, which is equals to 2. For the third time again it's perform iteration 3. Now fact is 2. That means the fact is replaced with 2. 2 into 3, which is equals to 6. Like this. For the fourth time iteration, its loop is going to be break. Okay. Finally, fact contains 6. Now I am writing a print statement. Print factorial of num. Factorial of num is fact. Factorial of num is nothing but fact. We are going to discuss palindrome. What is palindrome? We all know palindrome means if you reverse the given string, again it is equals to the given string. For example, if I am taking a string Malayalam, so if you reverse this, one, you will get the same string. So that is nothing but a palindrome. If these two strings are equal, then we call it as a palindrome. So for this, I am going to write a program for this. Now I am taking a string. I am going to use this program by using functions. We all know we are going to define a function by using def keyword. Def. I am writing a function is palindrome. I am writing a function is palindrome. For this, I am giving a string str1. This function is going to be end with indentation mark. So is palindrome is a function. So function going to return. This function is going to be return str1, which is equals to str1 of colon double colon minus 1. What it says is that if we have a string, if you perform this operation called double colon minus 1, if you perform this operation, it just simply reverse the given string. That means here str1 is a first given string and str1 of minus 1 is nothing but a reversed string. If I am just checking the condition equals to, that means if both are equal, it returns true. If not, it returns false. That means finally this function is palindrome function returns true or false statements. That means whether the given condition is true or false. This is the function I defined. Now I am taking a string str1 which is equals to input of enter string. I'm taking a string. My duty is to check whether the given string is palindrome or not. So to check the given string is palindrome or not, you have a already defined function is palindrome. You have a already defined function is palindrome. Now I pass this string to this function. I'm taking one more variable ans answer. I'm writing this function name is palindrome. I'm going to pass str1 here. What it returns, for example, this string is, if I execute this code, it asks enter string. My string is Malayalam. This going to be passed, so this going to be passed to the function is palindrome. So this is palindrome contains this string. So here in this method, str1 is Malayalam and str1 of -1 is also a Malayalam, because if you reverse the word Malayalam, so you will get the same. Returns true. It simply returns the statement true. So now what ANS contains? ANS contains true. ANS contains true. Simply check if ANS print palindrome. Print palindrome. Else print not palindrome. Not palindrome. So this is the simple program we have to check whether the given string is palindrome or not by using this simple syntax. Okay, here just this is very important for interviews also, to check by using this statement you just perform many operations. Okay, so this same program you can execute in another way also. Let us see. Now you can perform the same program in another model also. Now I am taking str1 equals to input of enter string. Now I am taking one more string str2, which is empty, which is a empty string I am taking. So here I just use for loop for I in str1. For I in str1. Okay. If you use syntax like this for I in str1, if str1 is Malayalam, same example I am taking. If it is Malayalam, what happened here? For the first iteration, M comes to I. For the second iteration, A, L, A, Y, A, L, A, M. Like that only you will get. See what happened? str2 equals to I plus str2. I am using a statement like this. For the first iteration, M comes to I. For the first iteration, M comes to I. So M plus, this is empty string, right? So there is nothing. For the second iteration, A comes. So where you added, so here it is A, M is going to be placed here. That means I is A, str2 is already M you have. Okay, already M you have. So A here. For the third iteration, L comes. For the third iteration, L comes. So this is L, str2 is AM. Okay, for the fourth iteration, A comes, AL, AM. For the fifth, Y, AL, AM. Next one, A. Next again, L. Next, A. And finally, M. So like this, you will get the string from starting to ending for this loop. That means finally str2 contains the last word Malayalam here. Okay, so you simply check by using if condition. If str1 is equals to str2, that means this str2, you simply write a statement, print palindrome. Else you used to write a print statement not palindrome. Can use statement like this. So like this you have a different models. Here in this model, in the first model you just explain, just write a program by using a function. Here in this program I'm not using any function, by just using simple iteration you just perform. We are going to discuss swapping of two numbers. Simply perform swap operation. This is a very simple operation, we all know. Now I am taking two values x and y. Now assume x contains 5, y contains 6. That means two variables are created, x, y, two variables are created, x contains 5 and y contains 6. After performing the swap operation, x becomes 6, y becomes 5. That means the values should be swapped between these two variables. So you can perform this operation by taking a temporary variable, temp equals to, I am taking temp equals to x. That means I am taking one more variable, I'm taking one more variable temp. This temp contains 5. Next, x equals to y. I pass value of y to x. That means 6 is going to be shifted to x. Next, y equals to temp. The value which is in temp going to be placed to y. That means this 6 is replaced by 5. Now x contains 6, y contains 5. This is a simple program. I am just using a print x after swapping is. Next, again print y after swap is, like this. So same this program you can do very simply by using Python. Let us see. Again take x equals to 5, y equals to 6. I just use simple statement x comma y equals to y comma x. That means here I am not taken any temporary variable. I just use x comma y. These are the two values already we know, two variables x comma y. I just assign x comma y equals to y comma assign. So this statement perform at a single time. That's why the values are going to be swapped. The operation, that means the passing of y to x and passing of x to y happened in a single mode. That's why swapping operation is going to be performed. So after that, print x after swap is. So again print y after swap. So like this you are going to perform. So these are the two different models we use for swapping. So here I am using temporary variable. Here I am not using any temporary variable. So which is here the second program is the best one, because here there is a less number of variables we are used. That's why second program is the best one.